So it started when I was a child. I have always had a very strong connection to dragons.
My parents don't exactly know that I'm a Therian.
You aren't a small, fuzzy little tree rat. But it's not that apparent for a number of other people. Some people think humanity sucks so much they begin to identify as things a little less human.
I got the soul of a dragon within me. I see the world through the eyes of a dragon. I was once a dragon in a past life. I've been reincarnated into this pitiful human form, but really, truly, the essence of who I am is a fucking dragon.
We get a lot of hate and we get a lot of bad publicity, and I just want to be a positive force for this community.
Otherkin and Therian believe that while they were born human, they possess the souls of other creatures. We've come to Rotherham to meet with Trixie, a woman who believes she has a number of other souls living within her.
A lot of people think therianthropy or otherkin are like multiple different souls that have gone into one body. But with my otherkin, I think of it as they're souls that are still living, but on different planes. So it's a soul that I share with other people. So it's still mine, it's just in a different body. I have my most prominent one, which is the name you call me Trixie. She's a black jaguar. And then we've also got an Arctic wolf. She's called Snow.
Trixie owns over 27 animals, ranging from reptiles to rodents.
I can't tell who's where. I know people have got a mischief of at least 40 rats. So.
Wow. Is that what they're called, a mischief?
Yes.
Wow.
That's it, you just had my double chin. I didn't actually know I was Therian until about 5 years ago, when I met somebody online, and I posted a whisper. I can't remember what it was about. It was about my stereotype, just about my spirit guide. And this guy messaged me and he said, told me his name, he told me his kin type, and he was just so lovely. We talked for a while, and he said, "Yeah, it does sound like you're Therian." So I researched it a lot, and I was like, "Yeah, that does make a lot of sense." He said, "Are you okay? Would you like to get to know these people? They might be able to help you on your journey. They might welcome you, make you feel more comfortable." And I said, "Yeah, that'd be great."
Trixie belongs to a secretive online community, but not all otherkin are quite so cautious. We've come to Neath to meet members of the Therian community who prefer to express themselves in their natural habitat.
So what does that tend to do for you? What does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really free, just really excitable suddenly.
Yeah.
We started quite a while back, but it was just, I think, us two and one other member. And it was just meant to be like kind of like a local pack, but it ended up being just a UK pack. We've got like different sort of ranks that kind of fit each member, and we just kind of, we're more like a family other than a pack.
I'm an Arctic white wolf, but obviously I'm wearing red ears. That's just because I haven't got white ears, so yeah.
I've got 3 stereotypes. I've got Talus, which is the main one. He's very independent, quite playful in a way, but he enjoys being with his pack members and he enjoys the company.
Can you tell us a little bit about your accessories that you use?
It can be really complicated. I've got quite a few years. I just really share them with Layla, it's a lot easier. And then our tails they're real tails, but they're collected from like taxidermy or roadkill, or they're reused animal parts basically.
If you guys mind turns, we can just see the tails.
Okay, yeah. So this is our spot, our territory. We just usually just hang out, or we just chase each other.
I've seen so many Therians try and find ways to like kind of claim their territory, and it's gone awfully wrong. I've seen them use like kind of like bows and tie them to trees, like different colours. So say a pack claims a colour and then they put bows around like where their territory are. But I've heard other stories of THERIANS do that, but it can be taken as a gang symbol as well in certain countries, so that can go awfully wrong.
Sometimes tensions rise between members of the pack. Wolves tend to resolve conflict by fighting.
Screw you! You okay? Yeah.
Alice, how are you feeling after that?
I'm scared! I'm just really scared. You're more scarier than Scar is.
Yeah, I'm okay actually. You do you want to give me a hug? Do you want Ah.
Mostly it's seen with our pack, if you play fight, you'll nuzzle into each other afterwards as a sign of like, I'm sorry if I, went too far or something. That's what we tend to do. So it just kind of bases around that, really. There we go, that was fun. I believe it's something like spiritual. I reckon it's something to do with past lives. I remember 3 of my past lives, and I know Talus was probably the most recent. That's why he's the most strongest of my stereotypes. And from what I remember is him running through quite a forest, like a dense forest with snow. And I just remember looking from his eyes, and I could see like the pack members in front of me, and it was just amazing. I didn't want to wake up, to be fair. I see like Layla from my dreams as well. Our wolves could have been alive at the same time or something. It's nice to share an experience with someone like Layla.
Alice! You'll be going home in a body bag today. So I refer to it as my territory because it's where I come. Like a wolf pack would have a territory. I don't stop people coming in. It's still a public area. It just feels like home.
In the otherkin community, divisions can form over differing opinions when it comes to public conduct.
I have no hatred for them. It's just I cringe when I think about it, and that's who they are, that's fine, but it looks really bad on us that are taking things seriously, and a lot of them don't. Like, to a lot of other people who don't understand it, they look at these people and they think, oh, they're just like children with their imagination. And that's the problem, because there's so many of those that are usually like young teenagers or young kids, and that's why people don't take it seriously. But as they mature and get older, they'll probably start laying back on that a little bit more. In other cases, which is the best case scenario, they'll dial it back and then they'll think, yeah, okay, I am this, but I don't need to be so over the top with it. I don't need to walk around my house meowing at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's so hard for even people in the community to accept them because it's just so stupid. But stupid is a strong word.
We were a lot more confident when we were younger. So we used to run around, we used to howl, we used to try and have little training so we could pick up on our speed or our hunting. And it soon got to the point where my friends turned against me and they saw it as weird or crazy. And one day they came at us with a stick, and Layla did bite one of them. And then it was all over Facebook, it was all over school. We had cameras pointed in our faces, people howling at us in the hallways. It was a nightmare. But it's gotten to the point where me and Layla are just, we don't really mind who knows anymore. It's just a belief we have. It's not like we're doing anything harmful, so. But kind of when we're outside, like around people, we get really nice compliments like, oh, that's a really nice tail you have, or they'll just start a conversation with us, and it's really nice to kind of see positivity like that. We're not causing any harm, we're just welcoming people, we're just spending more time in the woods, we're not going out causing destruction, we're just being ourselves.
Despite harsh critique which forces some members of the community into hiding, others refuse to be silenced, perhaps in the hopes that one day being otherkin won't seem quite so strange.
basically like a story that I'd read for class actually, by T.H. White, like Sword in the Stone, and there was like a little sub story in it about like teaching Arthur that like man and all the animals, they all started out the same. We're all like an embryo. We're all like the same, but like the animals when they were created, that they chose different tools for how they live their life than people. But really, we all started out the same.
I definitely think that a lot of people I don't want to say dehumanize, but definitely like put them on a lower level than humans.
They think of animals as an object and not as another living being because I know from experience, for me having dogs throughout my life, my dogs do feel the same emotions as I do.
I think we kind of disprove that, cultural thing where only humans have souls, because I mean, a lot of us feel that we have the souls of like different animals.
We're not talking about science, we're talking about beliefs and like how it actually portrays into life and like how it works and everything. It's not that, like we're not taking mathematical science out of everything and just putting it into our lives and using math and science and formulas to make our minds up and do stuff. We're actually believing in this stuff, that it will happen, and if it does happen, then that's awesome when we proved ourselves right.
I know that for Alpha Res and Alpha Rye, they did a lot of like research on wolves and a lot of research on how their structure works in like a normal like wolf pack. Kind of like those growls and barks and things were kind of interpreted from a normal working wolf pack that's kind of like present now. So we kind of integrated that into our own rules and our own set beliefs and our own way of kind of showing dominance and submission and things like that. But there's also like, people to look up to, like the elders and the alphas, like they teach us.
You want me to just announce it and then you can... There are 3 different levels. There's a closed mouth growl, the open mouth growl, and then like a snarl type thing, which Becca's gonna demonstrate for you in 3 rounds.
Okay, like the closed mouth growl is to really just kind of get someone's attention quickly. And what you do is, obviously you have your mouth closed and you would do a growl from the throat or from the diaphragm. Like, and like you can crinkle up your nose, and like furrow your eyebrows, kind of like a, like what in the world are you doing? Like, would you get, like, you want to give it a try?
So, doing it? Actually?
Yeah, like a, see?
At night, just like sit there and just like, like just look at yourself. And you can laugh at yourself.
Pretend you're me and make dragon sounds.
Yes, totally. But like you can do that, and then like you can just sit there and do it. But like I can't do it in my house because like my dogs will go crazy.
When you're like, when someone snarls at you and they're angry at you and you're like, I'm sorry, you whimper. So do you want to demonstrate that, you and me?
Okay.
Wolves in the wild will rub their scent over another wolf to show that they're dominant of them. It's an activity that only alphas do, and if non-alphas do it, we're going to probably get mad at you. So we're going to show it to you so that if you see it, you don't ever do it. But yeah, so.
Like, it happens sometimes on accident.
Yeah,
but
sometimes you do it on accident, but,
because if you're walking by someone.
Yeah, but it just means, like, that you're marking that person as yours, like, and it's
pack.
Yeah, as you're part of your pack, and whereas the alphas are the ones that are running the pack, they should be the only ones that are marking people, So, yeah. Therian means part of human and animal. Scropy is like, it's a condition or state of being, so it's a state of being both human and animal. The first time was a very strange experience because, I'm sitting there and I'm meditating and it's completely normal, and then all of a sudden, like, I felt like it wasn't that I was out of my body, but that I wasn't in my body either. Like, it wasn't mine anymore. It was something else's, and I really like, and I would look at myself, and I looked at my hands, and I was like, this is strange. It didn't feel right to look at my human self, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And in my mind, I was trying to picture myself, and all I could picture was this reddish, grayish, brown wolf.
Shifting is where you mentally, like your senses maybe, turn into that of your stereotype or the animal you connect with spiritually. There are different levels of shifting, including mental shifts, which is the highest one, which is where you mentally, like, your mind takes that on that of the mind of your stereotype and your perception, so you see everything differently. Sensory shifting, which is where your senses get sharper a little bit, like maybe your teeth feel sharper, maybe like when people touch you, like it hurts more because you're sensitive, maybe your hearing gets better, your smell gets better. If you're more shifty, that means that you're more likely to act like your stereotype would, or more likely to mental shift, just because of your surroundings or the people you're around. A lot of people become shifty around us.
This is Jamie, our puppy. Right now she's doing a grappling with one of our elders. That is Mama C.
She's a horse terrier.
Amazingly, she's not being very horsish today. You can't get out of that. See, a horse tends to have its own back legs, a power push forward, kind of just generally the most scariest snarls and growls and barks usually come out during the grappling without realizing it.
Right, yeah, there I was just trying to fight like a wolf. Horse fighting's completely different.
Since I generally partial shift into wolf, into Jade, what happens is the fact of she takes over. It's her instincts, and so that is, I mainly use the wolf posturing. Like, you will have foxes posturing is different, you've got cat posturing.
Pretty much with horse fights, it's
a kind of bump up against each other.
yeah, you try to bump up against each other, and pretty much with, hit them with your hooves, because they're so strong.
And body slam.
And body slam.
So,
and a lot of times they will back up to their opponent so that they can kick them from behind.
Well, shifting for me, it's definitely not voluntary. For some it is, but me, it's more of when Moon is getting fed up with what is going on to me. Moon is very protective of me and my family. So if, say I'm getting bullied or something like that, then there's up to a point there will be my self-control and being able to control Moon, but then after that it's more of Moon's trying to protect me and is doing the best to do that. Well, before I felt really alone. I've been alone for most of my life. My spirituality and my religion has always been something that I've internalized and has always been just myself. And when I met Shane, I was able to talk to him because I grew up in a very close-minded Christian family, and so I was able to talk to anyone about anything spiritual.
It's one of those things where you know about it when you're younger, but then you forget it as you grow up. It just came back to me once I met. What happens for a lot of people in the pack too is, like, once you meet someone else who's a Therian, it's kind of like yawning. It starts like a domino effect, where not that you start believing in it, but it just awakens something inside you, and you realize that, oh, this is what I am. I've just never had a name for it.
It's kind of like this melting pot for like all of our emotions and our actions and beliefs, and we just blend them so well. It's kind of like queso dip. You make some good queso dip, and you make some bad queso dip, and we made the good queso dip, so we all blend together.
I like your
And we're just that.
I love
Sorry, I
queso.
was thinking
Thank
of
you for making me
queso.
hungry
I
now.
know.
They're amazing. They're pretty great.